Okay, hi there. Well, I haven't had a chance to try out the pulse wave analyzer, uh, which they supposedly fixed a few days ago. So on my day off, I'm going to give this a try. Right. Um, this system is LHS 1939, and there's nothing special about it. It's got a fair number of hotspots in it. This one's a bonitoite hotspot. I picked this because there's a few other hotspots not too far away from it. I believe if that's right. I need to adjust this a little bit. Need to be able to see those points of interest. Okay. This is the hotspot I'm in. This is the next nearest one. He's 4.6 million meters away. I'm right on top of the center point on this one. That one's about 4.66 million meters away. That one's 12.4. That one's 25.1. This is not a whole lot to go on. I don't know if I'm going to end up mining on this. Ideally, I'd want a hotspot with several hotspots, all very close to this one. And then what I would do is I like to pick an adjacent star system that I can use to orient myself in the z-axis. I usually try to use the nearest one, but in this case, these two are a little ambivalent, so I'm using Namcha here. Namcha is more or less directly overhead relative to my current heading here, so I use that to determine, which side of the ring is currently up for me. So this way I can always orient myself in this ring so that the same side is always up. And then between that and recording these distances to these adjacent hotspots whenever I find anything, not to mention that one, of course, this allows me to triangulate the position of anything in this ring. Obviously, this only works for rings for hotspots where you've got other hotspots adjacent to it. This one's not ideal. I'm guessing that with this set of hotspots nearby, anything in the light second range, that's basically useless because you could go a long way before that number is going to change. These closer numbers, they're going to change more frequently. So these ones that are closer in will, between them, they'll define a smaller area for you to search in. I don't know how useful this ring would be to me. It's not real sparsely populated either. Maybe that's a benefit. I don't know. I need to have my infrared thing on there. And yeah, I'm just going to travel straight toward the planet and start scanning stuff. Oh yeah. Well, this is more like how the pulse wave analyzer is supposed to behave. Yeah, you shouldn't have to scan an area 10 times and then turn around to see what might pop up behind you. It should. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff showing up here for sure. None of this is useful to me, but yeah, I'm looking for cores, obviously, and none of these are going to be cores. Yeah, this behavior where things just kind of blink a little bit and then you have to scan again to see them is, I'm not sure what's up with that, but it's not a deal breaker. Anyway, none of these look like cores either, so. I don't think. That's not a core. That's not a core. I mean, he's pretty bright. He's pretty bright, but he's not the right shape. He's too small. These bonitoite cores, or these rock cores, they're just like the ice cores. They've got specific shapes that they only occur in. So you find enough of them, eventually you get an eye for it, what they're supposed to look like. Oh God. Yeah. I just homed right in on that one. That was pretty obviously a core. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you're looking for right here. He's got that little pattern on him right there. That's a big neon sign that says I'm a core. And you see the shape. This is the only shape these cores come in. Let me see what he is. And hallelujah, he's bonitoite, yeah. I think the last time I made one of these videos, someone gave me shit. Someone gave me shit because, you know, oh, you didn't check out to see what the you didn't look to see what the deep deposits were. You know, I don't give a shit what the deep deposits are. The deep deposits are going to be things like bauxite, rutile, who gives a shit? I'm not going to mine that stuff. Why is it even in the game? You know, who knows? This is game design in the 21st century. What do you want me to tell you? Anyway. Yeah, okay. Why am I sitting on top of it? Well, because I'm going to take its position, see? First I'm going to verify that I'm still right side up. I'm using Nam Cha here as my reference. Where the hell is Nam Cha? Yeah, Nam Cha is up, so I'm facing the right way. And highlight the planet again. And now I'm just going to record these numbers. I don't know if I'm ever going to use these numbers, but at some point, I haven't done this with these rock cores yet. I've done this a lot with like ice diamonds. There are systems with hotspots that are suitable for this kind of thing, and I'm actually able to go to specific systems and just run through a series of rocks with multiple what do they call those things? Yeah, see, I got brain damage. I cannot remember the names of all this garbage. These things here, the ice diamonds for these things here, where you use the drilling missile, and you get a ton of them. You get a ton of rocks out of each one, right? Well, in your ice diamond fields, there's certain specific systems I can go to, and I can just run through a series of them and fill up the hole pretty quickly because I know where all the rocks are. You know, I've got them mapped out. I've got their positions relative to all the other hotspots around me, and it saves some time for me. You know, it's nice, but you know, obviously they cut the price of ice diamonds down by about half, and so I decided, well, I guess I'm gonna have to mine cores. So at this point, I'm in the process of seeing if I can apply the same thing to the core situation. So what I've been doing here, I've got a spreadsheet up here on Google where I record these silly things. And I haven't been in this system before, so I'm going to say LHS 1939, Planet 3, and I'm just going to record that I found a bonitite core here, and his coordinates, if you want to call them that, for what it's worth, are 26.5 kilometers by 4.67 million meters by 12.3 million meters by 25.1 million meters. Okay. So I've got that recorded. So if for any reason I wanted to, I could find this rock again. Now, of course, these core rocks, from what I've read, they only respawn after like 6 days. So yeah, you'd have to mine these, and then you wouldn't be able to come back here for at least a week before you could run through here. There are the couple things I haven't determined yet is it worth it? You know, is it going to take so long to find these things again, even using these numbers? Because it's not real, you know, it's not all that convenient using these numbers. You have to kind of stare at your navigation screen here and kind of work out which way you need to go, and it's kind of laborious. And with the pulse wave analyzer working correctly again, it might be faster just to run through here and just find new cores, at random, and not even worry about mapping them. It might well turn out to be the case. Like this one here, I found it pretty quick, didn't I? I don't have him mapped yet. But yeah, that could well be the case. I'm looking to find out. But in the meantime, I am recording these as I find them. And at some point, I'm going to take a shot at going back and just trying to, repeat the same course I did last time and see if I save any time that way. This is what I've been doing for a while. It works. It works pretty well for the ice diamonds, but with the ice diamonds, after a while, I don't really need the numbers so much anymore. I use the numbers to get to the starting point, or if you start at the center point of the hotspot, you don't even need that. And after doing it a couple of times, you actually get to the point where you can visually recognize where you are just by looking at the constellation of rocks around you. You can say, "Oh yeah, this is the place." You just recognize it, even though all these rocks look the same. It's the arrangement of them on the screen. You can learn to recognize it. I would take screenshots and stuff like that. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, the pulse wave analyzer does seem to be working. That's pretty much the way it is. That's pretty much what it's supposed to look like. Yep. I think I'm gonna hang around here and mine for a while and see how it works out with just looking things up randomly. Well, anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you about. This is a pretty system. I'll give it that. Oh yeah, that's very scenic. Well, all right then. Have a good evening.